floor to Mr. Kofi Annan, Nobel Peace Prize Laureate and Chair of the Kofi Annan Foundation. And as we all know, Mr. Annan is also a former Secretary General of the United Nations. Mr. Annan, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. President of the Economic and Social Council, President of the General Assembly, Mr. Secretary General, Rolf, it's good to see you here in New York, and Professor Carlo Rubbia. Distinguished guests and dear friends, I want to thank you for the very warm welcome and to be here with you this morning. It is a privilege to celebrate the 60th anniversary of CERN and pay tribute to the achievements of one of the world's great symbols of peaceful scientific research and collaboration. Let me thank Professor Ewa for inviting me to join you today and commend his commitment and leadership to this remarkable institution. Like Secretary General Ban, Rolf, I remember my visit to CERN, accompanied by the wife of Guy von Dadel, who was one of the scientists who joined you, who joined CERN in 1954. And I recall the discussions I had with some of your colleagues, and I see some of the scientists we talked to here in this room this morning. CERN's achievements truly are extraordinary. Every day, you are advancing the boundaries of human knowledge, inspiring and leading us to unravel and understand the deepest mysteries of our universe. And even if not all of us have figured out the complexities of Higgs boson, we do know that CERN's work has benefited us all, as every user of the internet can attest. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, ours is a messy world. We face enormous challenges. In a world of plenty, 1 in 9 people still go to bed every day hungry. More than 6 million children die each year from diseases we have long had the power and the knowledge to prevent or treat. Unsustainable production and consumption patterns are putting tremendous pressure on our planet's limited resources. Looming over all these challenges and exacerbating them is the threat of climate change. Rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, and extreme weather events are a clear and present danger to our food and water supplies, our health, and our societies. We require fundamental revision of how we manage our societies, economies, and the environment. Delivering essential change that leads to improving lives of people around the world will not be easy, however. It will require us to develop a long-term vision of our global community based on common values. It will require political and ethical leadership to realize this vision. And here, Mr. Secretary General, I would want to, and I think we would want to applaud your leadership in taking on the challenge of climate change and pressing leaders and governments to ensure that we get something solid out of the Paris meeting. And you should be assured, Mr. Secretary General, you have lots of support. We saw the marches around the world on the day of the summit. It means you have a real army with you. I often believe that when leaders fail to lead, the people can make them follow. And you have the people with you, And I hope the leaders will pay attention and give us results in Paris. So thank you for your leadership, Mr. Secretary General. It will also require us to harness the power of science, innovation, and technology through cooperative partnerships across countries and organizations. CERN is an example of how to do that, which I applaud. Through the Open Access Initiative, CERN is facilitating dissemination of knowledge across the world. In collaboration with UNESCO, digital libraries are being established in several African countries to enable better information access for researchers and make their work more visible to the rest of the world. And CERN as an institution is welcoming new members and reinforcing its reputation as center of excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, as we consider how to maintain the momentum of the Millennium Development Goals and prepare the post-2015 development agenda, this model of international collaboration should be emulated by others. Through my own work with the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, I have seen how effective partnerships can develop practical solutions to significantly boost farm productivity and incomes for the poor while safeguarding the environment. The Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, a partnership between governments, civil society, and the private sector, and affected communities, is strengthening healthcare provision in Africa and worldwide, saving millions of lives that no agency or actor alone could achieve. By harnessing the unique strengths of governments, research institutions, pharmaceutical companies, and charitable foundations, the Gavi Alliance is increasing access to vaccines for children living in the world's poorest countries. Together, we must find new ways to unleash the energy, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit so critical to transforming research into practical solutions. The Ebola outbreak in West Africa is a tragic reminder that the marvels of science and technology have not prevented a crisis that is now devastating some of the world's poorest countries. Know-how, skills, and technology have to be shared, particularly with the developing world, to bridge technological divides and promote inclusive growth and development. Importantly, we must strengthen dialogue and collaboration between the world of science and the world of politics and diplomacy. It is crucial that we harness the wealth of science, the wealth of scientific information available, make sure that it reaches policymakers and is integrated in decision-making processes. Decision makers, for their part, have to ensure that policy choices are guided by independent and objective scientific evidence, not the other way around. I welcome, therefore, the UN General Assembly's recent decision to grant observer status to such a preeminent scientific institution like CERN. I am pleased, too, that UN agencies are cooperating with CERN in various areas to advance health, education, and other development priorities. Dear friends, thanks to the vision of its founders, CERN is built on the belief that science must be put to the service of society and rooted in a culture of peace and tolerance. Albert Einstein once remarked, and I quote, that peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding, end of quote. Since its very beginnings, CERN has demonstrated the wisdom of Einstein's words by bringing scientists and nations together to explore and understand the world around us. It is an inspiring model for inclusive and peaceful scientific collaboration. So for the next 60 years, and indeed beyond, you must be a crucial part of our shared efforts to build a fairer and a more secure world for all. Thank you very much, and I look forward to continue celebrating this special event with you. Thank you.
I thank Mr. Annan for his truly thought-provoking statement.